Good afternoon, video audience. For those who don't know me, my name's Brian Hess. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I understand myself in the context of an extraterrestrial contactee. I was just having a telepathic conversation with a Venusian being asked. In the past, he requested to go by the nickname Space Brother Joe, and he has, he seems to be in a typical, they would call it a Damsky-type saucer. I'm sorry, I don't have I need to change my video setup so I can have a video editing. I have a great photograph of one of these I'm sorry I can't include a link in the video right now. So many photographs of those out there. I'm sorry I don't have a good printout I can just hold up here. It's going out with my ability to edit video right now. And during my contact with Space Brother Joe, I'll call him, I noticed I don't want to call you Space Sister Nina. She previously asked me to identify her with the name Nina, and I think we had, eventually with so many names on Earth and so many names on our planet, this is bound to happen. Or she didn't say what planet she's from, but she seems to be a Lyran being, they call, Nordic-type extraterrestrial that identified with the star of Lyra. She appears to me like a Lyrian or Lyran. I'm certain that she's not. So there's spiritual Lyran presence. I know there's spiritual presences, so I identify with the star of Lyra also. And she requested I do a brief contact report about people who live in a fantasy land. Apparently there are certain people in European audiences who are expecting some kind of kerfuffle to occur between her and Joe, based on information given to them by other contactees. And I don't want to be emotionally harmful to other contactees. I just want to go, this is the information that was reported to me. So I'm sure there are those who want me to be emotionally harmful to the other contactee, and that just not be my preference. And Nina said because of what happened with certain other contactees in other circuits is they expect they can't. I'm hearing Nina here. I'm having a telepathic conversation with her right here, and she requested she's into request I vocalize, and they, it seems that they're it seems the European audience is being prepared for Nordic-type extraterrestrials are fighting each other, and Nina has refuted this, as she requested to be called, has refuted this notion. She doesn't seem to be refuting. Refuting's not the word. She doesn't seem to be opposing the third Lyran-type or Nordic-type time traveler I know who introduced herself with the name Karina, and she said, no, this is bound to happen. It's she couldn't believe it was a name on Earth or something also. I think I see Karina here. She used the nickname before with me, Daisy. Used the nickname before, and later she said, no, my name's actually Karina. And I'm going, this is bound to happen with how many names there are in there. How many names are in their lexicon? I think I sense her there also. So, all right, well I won't worry about you then, Karina. I won't worry about you then. And so yes, and so what's the thing? Thank you, Nina. What's expected in the European audience is apparently something like Nina jumps out of the woodwork and grabs Joe. That Nina grabs Joe because they're the horrible Nordic-type aliens from, I don't want to say Planet X. Here we go. I had a Talari contact earlier in the day, and they told me before, so I needed to do drawing of Talari, and haven't been able to lately with what's going on with Psychotronics access to me is just used constantly to stop me from doing certain things, like a drawing of the Talari extraterrestrial. Apparently Nina's group of Lyrans can't be harmful to Talari either. I know. I sometimes communicate telepathically with an extraterrestrial called Talari. Narami are observing me also. Maybe I should I add a link to Narami? I don't see why not. I'll add a link to a young woman I learned about. I learned about the Narami extraterrestrials. The Narami seem to be observing me with the mantis aquatic hybrid beings and multiple extraterrestrial telepathic contacts. I was just trying to quietly think some of my spirit guides here. I have some great spirit guides that help me get through a challenging several years of my life with these extraterrestrials. And so what was expected in certain European audiences, apparently what they're being prepared for in certain audiences is something as Nina told me something like this is preposterous, that she jumps out of the woodwork and grabs Joe. I think it's because of the roles in international communities. I thought I heard Joe there. I heard it's because of our roles in international communities and governments internationally. I don't know. I don't know, Nina. Is that too much? So I was uninvited by Anunnaki. I was uninvited, but what you could have convinced me was like a 6 foot tall lizard man, not to comment on this contactee by name anymore, other contactees by name anymore, and that's just it. And so I think she's just I think we're just I think Nina's having that's just it where. Uh, and so they're smoking crack, Nina. They're smoking crack if they expect something like Nina jumps into Joe's UFO like Superwoman and grabs Joe like, no, Joe, you can't be interacting with India, for example. Is that the core of the challenge, Nina? Is that the core of the challenge here? Or maybe I'm not putting it the right way. Is that the heart of the issue? I might say it's the heart of the issue. And so if the international community expects something as preposterous as a Lyran-type extraterrestrials fighting a Venusian, Nina basically told me that she refutes that notion. That was the short version of her message. Nina also can't be grabbing. Nina also can't jump into the, I don't want to call them the time pods of these sannyasis. People believe in these sannyasis, and they're associated with the Venusians. Apologies, Space Brother Joe, the Bajar, and I think they're termed in some audiences. And Nina said something like, what's going on here can't be as preposterous. What I'm understanding from her, and obviously correct me if I misspeak, Nina, is that she can't just like jump out of her pod and just start ripping them away from their, because apparently what's wanted in this audience is like, here's a perceived kind of conflict between Nordic-type extraterrestrials, and Nina in this contact refused that notion. Right. Thank you, Nina. That was my challenge. I wouldn't be surprised if someone in intelligence had that challenge as well. It's like, how would that benefit Nina's star nation to go out on Earth and create hostility with other star nations? Why would that be a benefit to them? Why would they want to go? Why would they want to go all the way across the galaxy and have this? Oops, I'm going to go create ill will for myself on Earth. Didn't make any sense to me. Not make any sense to me. I'm also pretty sure Joe's not a stupid clone. I know he had a strong Sun God Ra presence in his life. I can just tell in my gut that Joe's not some stupid clone being used to manipulate me, and he has a soul, because it was very clear that Sun God Ra appeared to me, and Sun God Ra was having like a telepathic contact with Joe, and a telepathic contact with myself, with Sun God Ra. Others have experienced Sun God Ra as a telepathic being, and he seemed to be having a contact with Joe. And so far, I can just feel in my gut that Joe's not some stupid clone being used to manipulate me. Joe seems to be possessed of volition. He doesn't seem to be like a computer program reading down a complicated script or something like that. Yeah, it seems like the spirit was having like a spiritual contact with him. So I can just feel in my gut that Joe's not some stupid clone. And while, I'm not going to worry about it with the others either. Thank you, Nina. Was there anything else you wanted me to add, or is this just brief afternoon contact report? That's just it. All right. All right. Thank you, videores. Thank you.